Hi guys, welcome back to Brick Nation YGO. I'm today joined by Hi guys, welcome back to Brick Nation YGO. Hi guys, welcome back to Brick Nation YGO. Today I'm joined with I think it was YCS Bologna 2023 top 32 player Manuel Brocco.
Hi.
And Alex Golor, who recently topped or won. I think you
I
won
an
right?
OTS, yeah, with Fire King.
Yeah.
It was a regional.
It was OSS, to be fair, yeah.
So as you can see, I'm joined with some, let's say, pretty good players. Myself, I only compete in side events because I'm shit at the game. So
he won side event.
And
he wins side event.
At least, obviously, Dalf 400 is also here. He is the best side event player we know. So a good
Probably.
choice.
Let's go.
Nice. And today we would like to show you our meta analysis of the current format after the ban list.
Yeah.
And guys, I think let's start into the tier list.
So I think we should start with the most powerful decks to get the spice out of the way.
With the most recent as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we are talking about Ryzeal and Ryzeal Fiendsmith.
Yeah, the elephants
so
in
as the
room.
first contender, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, it's it has to be a tier 1 deck.
It has to be the best deck.
Probably yes.
Yeah,
also the
Fiendsmith
variant,
it's a little bit stronger as well. It has a higher output. It loses less much to Nibiru, as we have seen in the Anaheim YCS. You can make the Desiree line, but most of the times you make the Caesar line.
Yeah.
It's a nice deck. You have tons of follow-up with the Fiendsmith stuff. And
tons of hand traps.
Yeah.
Also, with the Fiendsmith, you can at least somewhat play under D-barrier, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I think that's the most important thing
Yeah.
about this variant, that you can play easily under dimensional barrier, doing the Fiendsmith stuff with fusion.
Yeah.
The thing that does it for me is the bridge from Exodia Knight. It's a cool interaction going second. You can make it beta, I think, impermanence or Vela, and then go in your Fiendsmith place.
Yeah, and obviously with the Fiendsmiths, it doesn't. You can recycle the Exodia Knight, so it's just good synergy all around.
I think going second, doing probably, and going second, doing Exodia Knight like your first play, you're also forcing your opponent to do something. Otherwise, obviously, it's a board wipe. And if they are imperming or veiling your Exodia Knight, you can immediately bridge into your Fiendsmith Legend, which is, I think, a little bit broken. But let's see what the format brings. Let's go on with
just asking, what is the better version, Pure or Fiendsmith, in your opinion?
Well, actually, I wasn't sure after YCS Anaheim which version is actually the better one, but after testing it on various occasions like DB and Dual Nexus, I believe the Fiendsmith variant is the better one.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Let's go on with Maliss.
The amount of follow-up and the board breaking capabilities of the Fiendsmith, it's on another level.
Yeah,
sure, you play a little bit less hand traps, but it doesn't matter if you have 20 flags either way. It doesn't matter for me.
True, yeah.
Okay, Maliss. Let's do pure Maliss first, I guess. What is, in your opinion, the second best deck? Because it's obviously the first three, right? The first three are those three are the best decks, the best engines. But which?
Just the three strongest engines should be Fiendsmith, Maliss, and Ryzeal, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think Maliss might be a bit stronger than Fiendsmith, the Fiendsmith variants.
In my opinion, actually, Alex, I believe that all Ryzeal and variants and all Maliss variants should go to Tearlaments. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Oh,
Tearlaments.
Don't do it. So I think there is no debate on this. So those are the decks to beat in the current and future format 100%. And what I strongly believe is that the Fiendsmith decks, the pure one, I call it pure one, it's with Magical Musketeers, and the one with Kashtira is slightly, let's say, down on power level to those decks.
Would you put
I think
it tier 1.5?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
So, I think the Banlist did a great job at putting away all the old decks. They're all old tier 1 contenders. The Banlist put them away for me, and so to make place for the new decks. Sure, there are different variants, but the core is still the same. So the Maliss engine is a strong engine. It's resilient. It can trade reasonably good against hand trap and really good against board breakers. So
true,
I would say that the pure variant, Kashtira variant, obviously they are standing out because of the Anaheim results and the recent results, but I think it needs to be explored. The big thing is that the Ryzeal engine is really easy to grasp. The lines are easy and they are, let's say, almost the same every time, but the Maliss hands are so different and the Maliss lines are so complex that one event isn't enough to show how strong the deck is, because the people need to exploit the engine, need to play with the engine, and once they pick up the core and learn how to play it, we will see better results. So,
I would agree with that. I think I really like the Sky Striker variant as well, because it helps you, I guess, brick a bit less, because the deck can be bricky sometimes, and with Engage you still draw cards. Yeah, that's a bit my problem with the Kashtira era variants, because I'm testing all three of them right now. So I personally prefer those two over the Kashtira variant.
The Kashtira variant should be the least consistent.
Yeah.
At least in theory,
Yeah, except if you're playing like Fanweir to make Cherubini and stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems a lot of Exodia slots to
no. It's probably not.
But we all agree on the same thing, that those 5 decks and variants of the decks are the best decks currently in our format, right?
Yeah. I would maybe personally put the Musket variant with Fiendsmith at T1, but what the T1.5, it's fine as well for me.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the better variant, honestly. Even Joshua Schmidt's change to that. Yeah.
But sometimes you have to think about Unicorn. I mean, Unicorn is such a broken card. We saw it in YCS Anaheim. Going first, he put down a Unicorn, got hand trapped, activated the fact he played against Ryzeal or Pure. I don't know if it was Pure or Fiendsmith. And after obviously the resolution of the hand trap, he looked at his extra deck and banished the first detonator face down. Passes turn, same stuff happens again. Unicorn effect, second detonator. So, I mean, it's not bad. Especially
no. Unicorn is busted.
As well, right?
Yeah, true.
Birth,
I mean, graveyard control with Birth is that's really
maybe
good.
We'll put them both 1.5.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the spicier decks, the decks you won't be seeing too much. Sadly, probably. Centurion. I think Centurion fell off because of the meta shift. I think it's more, maybe bottom of tier 2 in my opinion, or Rogue.
My problem with Centurion is that the matchup with Ryzeal is really, really bad, because target removal for Centurion is
Detonator destroys that deck.
Yeah, that's such a bad matchup. Sure, they didn't get any Banlist hits, but I didn't expect any as well, so yeah.
I mean, let's say it as it is. I mean, Centurion can play a lot of hand traps like the other decks can do. But obviously, what the outcome of Centurion deck is, eating some hand traps, is a whole different level than the decks above. So
yeah, that's true.
In my opinion, I would personally put it in tier 2. Okay. I don't consider it Rogue yet.
Bottom of tier 2, yeah.
Yeah, bottom of tier 2 on the edge of Rogue, probably.
Exactly, yeah.
Then we have Mermaids. I think Mermaids could be interesting if we see more breakers, because the deck just FTKs.
Yeah, the hand
that's
loop
strong.
for 2 is strong, or for free
Yeah.
as well sometimes.
But it dies under
I
Shifter.
mean, it's the best combo deck. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think Shifter is a main/side cards in both best decks.
Yeah.
So Shifter will be around. It's not like the last format where Shifter was only played by 2 decks and that they were rogue, but now it's played by the best decks, so it will have a hard time.
Yeah.
I mean, also, they were heavily relying on a card like Dominus Impulse, which currently in this format, I don't know if it's that good. I mean, it was in the past one, but it's not that broken anymore. Currently.
Yeah, it went from broken to just okay. I think it's still better than we saw, because in the OCG everyone just cited it. I think it's still better than the OCG just because Fiendsmith is so prevalent and it still does something against Fiendsmith, but it's just okay now.
I think the next big thing is that because of Ryzeal, people are picking up the Perulias in the side deck, because the Fuvalos is not that impactful against Ryzeal, and actually Mermail is worse under Perulia than under Fuvalos, and that's not helping it. But the engine is strong, it can break boards, so I would say it's definitely better than Centurion, but not high.
Yeah.
1.5 even, I don't think so, yeah.
You would put it 1.5 or
yeah, no,
top
maybe
of
high
tier
2,
yeah.
Yeah.
This tier 2 deck, probably, yes.
Memento,
I would personally put Memento directly in 1.5.
Same.
I think
Memento
it's a very
strong.
interesting deck. It's very strong. It suffers still from Shifter. We have to say that.
Like most of the decks that aren't the tier 1 decks.
Yeah. But it's...
I mean, okay, it suffers from Shifter, but the ceiling of the deck is so much higher than, like, for example, Mermail. It can do so much more with just 1 card, and it feels so strong when it goes uninterrupted. I would leave it at bottom of 1.5. That seems like a nice position for Memento.
Obviously, they can abuse the Fiendsmith. Obviously, they can abuse the Fiendsmith engine, just like every other deck. And I mean, most of the players don't know what Memento does, and that's a very
big thing,
key part of the deck. I would highly consider it in tier 1.5.
It's also one of the few decks where the Fiendsmith stuff can bridge into engine with the Aerial Eater. So you have so many more starters than, for example, Fiendsmith Kashtira, or with, for example, Fiendsmith Kashtira, you can't go from the Fiendsmith stuff into the Kashtira stuff. That doesn't work. But with Memento, it works just fine. So Memento is cool.
It's probably the deck with almost the most synergy, if we don't include the muskets.
It should be at top 5 at least for me.
Yeah, if you don't count all the variants, Yeah,
I mean, road decks,
We have Voiceless. I think Voiceless is interesting because it still plays around Fuva, it still plays around Perulia, which was good in the last format. I honestly didn't look up too much about Voiceless because I know that the other deck that came out, the Ryugen or what it is called, has synergy with Voiceless, but I haven't looked into it yet too much.
Yeah, same.
Actually, I did, and I tested it a little bit, and I have to admit that it's not a bad deck currently. It plays one of the best hand traps, Dominus Perch. It plays around 12 non-engines, so it's 12 hand traps plus the 3 Nadir Servant, which actually are really good in this meta, if you think about it. I mean, you're going to mill Garura at Maximus, Special Maximus, and if the Maximus effect resolves, I mean, you have a pop and add, which is not that bad.
Yeah.
Considering the boards that Maliss and Ryzeal are putting up against you. So in my opinion, it's either 1.5, low 1.5 or the highest tier 2 deck above Marmail.
I would put it at 1.5 personally, just for the simple reason that the 1-card starters in the deck are so weak to hand traps. And
Yeah.
the breakers that are affecting it are actually the strong breakers against Ryzeal, because if you think about it, Talent, Eclipse, all these breakers are really strong against Voiceless.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the side deck is packed with things against Voiceless at least. So yeah, they should have a rough time, I think. But the highest tier 2, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I think
see
so.
it.
I think so. I could see it as well. We have Snake Eye. Where do we put Snake Eye?
In a new category, Copium.
I don't think it's that bad, because I mean Flamer still exists, but you have no starters anymore. Yeah.
5 starters in a 40 card deck.
Yeah.
For me, it's not real.
Yeah, probably not. I think it's maybe bottom tier 2, Rogue, maybe even.
Maybe it says engine somewhere, but I can't see
I
it
don't
as
think
a-
you can play it as engine anymore, honestly. I wouldn't play it in Fire King. I would play Fire King pure. Because
Yeah, Fire King.
Put that shit to Rogue, man. Put that shit to
I
Rogue.
think
Finally,
legit
finally,
it's
after
Rogue.
1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
Put it to
1
Rogue.
year, it's finally Rogue.
Finally, man.
Yeah,
Thank God.
I mean, the best versions probably are playing Azamina Fiendsmith as well, but at that point, they're more Azamina Fiendsmith decks than Snake Eye decks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is that you need to hard draw the Bonfire, the
Yeah,
Ash, or
yeah,
the
yeah.
Poplar, and that's not real.
Absolutely.
That's not real.
Then we have Tenpai.
Tenpai is Copium as well.
You guys were Tenpai player. It's Rogue.
Yeah, the thing with Tenpai is that now, sure, the OTK lines should be the same, but the starters decrease. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that now, if they remove Chandra from, let's say they banish Chandra once, the game is over.
Yeah, like you let
That's not a
the
real
Link
deck.
3 live of Maliss, and you go battle, and then you just non-target to banish Chandra before it attacks. Like the deck has nothing anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't put it in Rogue. I would put it still low tier 2, because obviously it can play a lot of going second cards, and I mean, you can play the cards that everyone wanted to play at the beginning of Tenpai Dragon, like the Dragon Ruler, that it's when it's banished you can add Fire Dragon or something like that.
you need
if
to
I
play
can remember.
Fenrir as well with Ryzeal.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the one thing that is let's say really frustrating for a Tenpai player now, if they send you first and you don't see Judgment or Heatwave or something to protect yourself, you will
You have
lose
nothing.
the game.
You have nothing.
You
Yeah.
have like
Most of the
nothing.
time
Chandra
you
is on
won't even
one.
make seals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're just eating
Oh.
one hand trap, Ash or Imperm, you can leave the field like with one Pydra, and that's it. So
That seems so horrific. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
really,
play it.
Okay,
but I'm
Alex.
still
the next.
considering it as low tier 2.
Okay, low tier 2. The next one is one for you, Alex.
Oh, best deck, tier
Best
1,
deck,
tier 1,
tier 1 over
tier 1,
Ryzeal.
tier 1, best deck, best deck.
So for context,
You should be the
for
best for the side events.
Nah, don't put it
yeah,
in,
yeah,
bro.
take,
Don't put it
please,
in.
please take that shit to side events. You will win. The context behind this one is that Alex won the whole side event of 6 turns, I believe. Twice in Bologna with this deck. So
I mean, I cooked them all, guys. I cooked them all.
yeah, so please
I
take
played
that shit
against
to
the-
side events.
I mean, I played against the biggest meta decks around in the current format, and I've beaten them all. 2-0, everywhere.
Tier 2 should be a good spot for it.
I think
Yeah, I
probably
think
in the middle. I think it's maybe even better than Centurion in this meta.
It's more resilient to hand trap, I think, than the Centurion,
Yeah.
because only Ash
Way
hurts,
more.
really. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
That's
you can
true.
play Shifter, so you can play the broken cards as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then there are so many
and you can play
variants.
exactly.
You
I
can
just
play
wanted to tell you that
Fiendsmith, yeah.
I played exactly. I tried it with Fiendsmith and with Azamina. I enjoyed playing both variants. So, in my opinion, solid tier 2 deck.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
fine with me. Yeah.
And talking about Shifter, we have Kashtira, which also has
Pure.
seen
Oh.
pure Kashtira, which also has seen a resurgence at the end of last format. Where does it stand now? I think it's a solid deck, honestly.
I need to tell you, if Lancia is in the format, everyone is playing Lancia.
Yeah.
Going second, you're having such a rough time, because if they throw a Lancia at any time, you won't be able to banish with Fenrir, you won't be able to banish with Unicorn, the Birth does nothing basically. You can't resolve the Ryzeal, so you have a level 4 body that does nothing. It's hard for them. The pure variant struggles, I think. It needs the Fiends with stuff to compete, for me at least.
I mean, guys, you know, Kashira is my favorite deck.
Yeah.
I played it, I mean, I don't know how many times. And I tested it in the current format, and the matchup with Maliss is really bad. It's like you don't have any chance winning this. Also, the side deck cards you're siding for Maliss are hurting you also. So, in my opinion, it's a really tough one. I don't know if I would put it in Rogue or Tier 2, probably in Tier 2, because obviously, I mean, we have Tenpai Dragon in there with one Chandra, one Field Spell, one Sangenkaiwan.
I would maybe put it lower than Centurion, but higher than Tenpai.
Yeah.
Should we put Tenpai at Rogue and like Snake at bottom of Rogue?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why not?
I think Kashtira is up.
We could also put Snake Eye to the side events, to be fair. I don't think it will see any competitive play. Yeah, no,
sure.
To be fair, yeah.
True that.
We have Ritual Beast. Interesting. Ritual Beast is interesting because it can play under Shifter.
It has the same issues as Kashtira.
Yeah. I mean, Lancia is a card in this meta.
Yeah, Lancia shuts
probably.
it completely down.
The problem for me, because I quit Ritual Beast, was because I felt like under Fuwa it loses, under Perulia it loses, under under Impulse it loses, and under Lancia now it loses. Like, I don't know. And then in this
a rough time, yeah.
And then in this format, what does Protoss really do? What does Protoss really do in this format? Like, it's not an FTK anymore.
Yeah, Protoss Call Dark against Maliss should be an FTK.
It's pretty
against
good.
Maliss,
And also
against Maliss, yeah, but against Ryzeal, I don't think Protoss does too much, because they always have 2 attributes.
Yeah, but if you call light, they can't make it detonate anymore. So.
And the
Fiendsmith plays.
Yeah,
so,
okay, maybe.
I would actually say that Protoss is a pretty.
Yeah, with Lara.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought Detonator was fire.
Broken card.
Okay, then maybe I was wrong about Protoss. Not bad.
I would put it personally above Exodia 100%, and actually maybe it's the top tier dude.
Yeah,
tier
same.
2 deck.
I think if the deck starts like, and if you only have low impact hand traps against it, like it will almost always play through. And the cool thing about the deck is, like, Book of Eclipse, it already played it last format because it has such an advantage with Book of Eclipse. True. Because it can make instant fusion. That's instant fusion, contact fusion, and
again,
nice.
Again, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing as Memento. Many people don't know what the cards are doing and what the end look like. So
yeah.
Then the next big thing about Ritual Beast, it's that it's so heavy to pilot that most people are only watching it, and it's difficult to play against it, because if you don't stop it early, it makes full combo. Sure, the endport is not big, but it could be FTK against some decks. So yeah,
that's true.
No.
Alex, talk us about your favorite deck.
Okay,
Manadium.
So Manadium is my favorite deck. It's the deck I started with competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Having said that, I think it's definitely only good to take to side events nowadays. It loses to almost every single hand trap. You need to play a lot of engine, and sometimes like they throw 1 imperm and you have 3 engine cards and you still can't play, which is insane, honestly. But it's a fun deck to bring to side events. I don't think anyone should play this competitively at the YCS, except for the side events. Except for the side events.
Yeah, seems fair.
Yeah.
I agree on the
Baron I think many people don't understand why Baron was such a devastating hit for Mannadium. Not only was Baron insane, obviously in the end board, but also Baron was a combo piece because you needed the pop of Baron to pop Meek. And now you don't have that anymore. So you don't even have one card combos, real one.
I mean, it was also to protect yourself from Nip, so...
Yeah,
Baron was actually really big.
Yeah. But the thing is, in this deck, especially Baron needed the pop as well, which you lost. There's not a single rank Synchro 10 anymore that can pop.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Only
That's really
Astrolaut, right?
Yeah, that's you can only pop with Astrolaut, or you need to leave Visa's the Visa Synchro on the field, because that one has a pop effect as well. But usually you convert that into Lightheart, the Link one. Labyrinth.
I think Labyrinth is good positioned. Because for one thing is that Evenly is not a real side deck card anymore, because if Lance is around, Evenly is basically useless. So that is a good thing for Lab, and D-Barrier is broken against Ryzeal.
True.
We already know that, and so I think Labyrinth is not that bad positioned like last format. It's holding its ground, it can do its place. Yeah.
Do you want to put it?
I would put it in 1.5. Yeah.
I think the Ryzeal matchup is okay-ish, because Ryzeal still can manage the graveyard, which in the it depends if you're playing furniture or not, but managing in the furniture is huge for the advantage of Maliss. And playing into a board with a detonator on field has also problems, because detonator can pop your traps. But you have the advantage of setting setting knee barrier turn 0, which can completely shut off Ryzeal, which is really strong.
The big thing is that going second you have issues against Ryzeal, sure, but Lab will always have issues going second against every deck. The thing is that going
but they can play
first
cards like Lava Golem. Mario, they can play cards like Lava Golem or
Lava Golem is really strong against both. Against Maliss it would be better to have a simple Kaiju maybe.
Yeah.
But against Ryzeal, Lava Golem is really strong,
Yeah, probably
but guys,
the
Labyrinth
Kaiju.
can also play... Labyrinth can also play one of the most broken cards against Maliss, which is the Ruma Cannon.
Yeah,
the Ruma Cannon is obviously strong against every
it's
Link
really
deck.
strong, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad positioned. Also, maybe now we see Lord of Heavily Prisoned in the main because of Detonator going second. So it isn't really that bad if you set 5, activate Lord and pass, because if they chain Detonator to any of your traps, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So Lady can also not be targeted and destroyed by card effect, so yeah, it shouldn't be that bad.
Fire King. I think
Rogue.
I think
Rogue.
it's better than Tenpai for sure.
Yeah, it's way better than Tenpai for me.
I think honestly it's a bottom tier 2 deck.
Really? You sure?
Yeah, but
you would,
because you
would
still
play
have
it like
Volcanic.
pure without Snake Eye.
Yeah, for sure. Because you still have, maybe you could play the Azamina stuff to upgrade a bit your end board.
But you negation, I guess.
Yeah, because at the end of
the hard droid and it's not a real engine, so
yeah, maybe you play Fiends, but I'm still figuring it out. But if you logically think about it, at the end of the day, Snake Eye stuff, it didn't do too much Snake Eye. Obviously, you had the Azamina cards and the Snake Eye cards that bridged into the Fire Engine cards. But the most powerful plays in that deck were always the Fire King plays and not the Snake Eye plays. I'm not saying it's the best deck by any means, but I think it doesn't put it out of tier 2. It needs a bit of experimentation though.
That's true, but normal Ponix chain in perm seems like a GG for me. That's the only
Yeah,
thing,
but you have
because
3
don't
Kirins.
Yeah, sure. But it seems really heavy for me to play through boards, and also if Ponix resolves, you're looking at a island, adding Runic, special Runics, pop something, and then you have Arvata and I don't know, IP pass. I mean, it could work, sure, but it's nothing near the last list.
No, I don't think so, but I think putting it rogue is like a bit much. I think it's probably better than Centurion, honestly.
Nah, no way.
No?
No way.
Okay.
No. You know what? I mean, Centurion can uninterrupted make 2 of the most broken cards ever existed in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is the Soul and Judgment.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
And Fire King uninterrupted, what does it do?
It still makes Amlo Whale, Amlo and Kirin in hand. It still has that combo, so you just make.
Yeah, okay. It pops a lot of cards.
It's a monster negate and a pop.
No, it's a pop. Then you have Runic, bring back. You have all that stuff.
Princess Engrave probably.
Yeah, Princess Engrave. Then you have the field spell to make
Avatar.
this.
I mean, the deck seems fair now.
Yeah, I haven't lost
fair.
hope. I think it's definitely better than Tenpai.
You can build it now with like a 20 euro structure deck.
Yeah,
That seems cool.
it's a cool budget deck. I would still put it in tier 2 maybe.
Okay, let's leave it at the bottom of tier.
Yeah. Okay.
So Alex is happy.
Thank you. My little Ponyx. My little.
With Chimera Azamina, I think.
Yeah.
Guys, let's face it. This deck loses to every hand trap in the current format. Like
I'm not a fan because legit, I have never played it myself, but I played like 5 games against it in the last 2 months, and I haven't struggled against one of them.
Yeah, but you're all. You played a tier 0 deck, so I mean.
No. I played Manadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I must say
My
the
man is
problem
cooking.
of the deck for me is that when every deck in the format has a solid 1-card combo, and that your deck needs 2 cards or 4 free cards to do something, it feels shit. So
No, I mean the Chimera engine has the 1-card combo, but the 1-card combo does legit. I mean, it does a hand trip.
Why?
It does a Guardian Chimera in your opponent's turn and has a monster negation. I mean, it's not that good. So
I mean, if you have the Fiends with an Azamina engine, then buy the cash engine for 10 euros and play it that way, because the Chimera is copium for me.
I think it's probably a bit worse than Fire King.
Yeah, for me too.
yeah, because it doesn't lose that much to hand traps.
Yeah, Chimera can't eat any hand traps. That's so rough.
No, it can't.
Yeah.
Maybe Fuwa.
Fire King.
That's the only one.
King can eat some, but I mean, Chimera it can't. Droll is like GG, guys. Also shifter, so no chance.
Flu.
Runner, take that shit to side events.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
for me, this format, Flu is complete copium. Lancia was a game changer before when it was format for Flu.
That's insane, actually. Lancia in this format. You have Perulia, which will be good in the future because Ryzeal. If the
Maliss
pure
also.
Maliss also. So yeah. It also lost the advantage of being the premier shifter deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't see why you should play Flu above all of the deck.
Maliss would side going first against Flu, Lancia of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me it's completely copium. The deck doesn't do anything, and if you really think about it, under Lancia it loses always to 1 imperm. So nah, for me it's too heavy for Flu this format.
Rescuers. I like Rescuers honestly in this format.
It's actually a really tough one because you have Airlifter that is now again a free off, but you lost the bridge to the Wand to the Sinful Voice engine.
Yeah, that's true.
In my opinion, currently it loses a little bit more to hand traps, I guess, than before because of the Azamina stuff that they could have done. But it's not a bad deck.
I don't know, 10 ways to Turbulence, so it shouldn't be that bad Snake Eye, let's say.
I honestly like it because also, in my opinion, it is good into Fuvalos, and the card which it lost to the most was Impulse. and Impulse was like a main deck staple in many decks. Now in of the evolution of the format, I think Impulse will be more of a side deck staple, and Rescue you can't Impulse Emergency anymore. You just have Ash for that. That's the only card.
I would put it ahead of Voicless Voice.
Yeah, I think,
but not ahead.
Second place of
no, I think it's
Yeah.
better than Ritual Beast. Honestly.
I don't know,
You
because
do.
Ritual Beast is like GG going first.
Yeah,
If
but
they go uninterrupted. The set 4 doesn't feel like really a GG, because against Ryzeal the set 4 seems really weak, because one is the impermanence and one is the pop, and the bodies
Yeah.
aren't the issues for Ryzeal, right?
yeah, but you still have the
So-
Book of Moon. You know, the in-engine Book of Moon. Then you have to consider that if you leave Turbulence on the field, it's easier to resolve because they're always popping stuff on your field. So you go Impulse and Turbulence and pop their stuff. You have Impulse as a hand trap. I don't know. And against Ritual Beast, you have Lancia, you have Fuvalos, and you have Perulia, which is loses too. Like Rescue mostly loses to Shifter, really.
Ash.
Nah,
Well placed Ash.
it's not
on
guaranteed.
emergency.
That's
Permanence if they only have one line.
it's not guaranteed that it dies from those.
I mean, obviously it's not guaranteed. Yeah, that's true. It depends always how much gas they have in their
Yeah.
hand. I also saw that they're still playing the Symphos Boys engine just to do the Azamina stuff, which is
Yeah.
obviously an omni negation.
Or
So,
maybe the Fiends stuff. I don't know, yeah.
Actually now considering that they could play both engines. Maybe you're right, Alex. Maybe it's top of tier 2.
Yeah,
Especially because it doesn't lose that
yeah.
much to Fuvalos. I mean, it loses to Peruria a little bit. It doesn't lose to Shifter that much. It depends from the hand,
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, I mean, you can put it at top of tier 2. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Then we have.
Manu, what do you say?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I would put it at the top of tier 2, but I'm reconsidering now the pure cash. Maybe I would put it at the top of Rogue, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the matchups are so weak against the top 2 decks for the pure
Yeah.
variants.
Yeah.
I
can
agree.
see
I
that.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Whiteforest Azamina.
Oh, Emmanuel.
Yeah, that's a cool deck, but
I really like it.
Before Suda, for me, it doesn't do anything.
I think
it
legit
loses-
Suda, it's like here.
Yeah, sure. But when Suda comes out, it's there because it's the only deck that can bridge into engine with the wanted, right?
Yeah, it will be
So,
the new Premier combo deck. I think it's
Yeah.
it's really fun. It's a really fun deck. I'm building it. I'm looking forward to it.
But at the moment, what I've seen and also what the results are telling us, I would take it to side events.
Yeah. Even that I would consider with your streak, Manu, honestly, at Bologna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was horrific. So
I
would do it
performed
again.
better with Manadium, honestly.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I wouldn't do
God.
it again. Yeah, because the dumb thing for a deck is that you need 2 cards to do anything.
Yeah.
You need the spell and the monster. And always when one of the 2 are missing, or when the monster got interrupted, you lose a important resource. And if you don't have access to toy box, then you're making minus. If you have access to toy box, then you're making plus. But the bad thing is that you don't want to play more toy box stuff, because then you're reducing the non-engine. If you're playing too few non-engine, then you're losing
Yeah.
going second. So yeah,
It's honestly amazing what one single support card can do for this deck, because the
Yeah.
bridge
Yeah.
is so important in my
but
opinion
it's
for
broken.
that.
To be fair, the card is broken.
The
It's
card is
extended,
absolutely
it's a surge,
it's everything. It's a bit dumb on my side that I didn't put the normal White Forest Runic version in. I think it will be around
Yeah, but
here.
it's same stuff.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to tell you, if you came with the runic stuff, it would be side event for me.
Oh, okay.
Because the runic stuff had such a bad matchup into Lancia. The runic stuff
Yeah,
had such a
in
bad
Maliss.
matchup against decks with really many non-engine. Birth. Okay.
Birth.
And non-engine. And the thing is that the top decks are playing like 15 to 20 non-engine slots, and that's horror for.
True.
And for example, guys, let's say he activates Runic Fountain, goes second against a Ryzeal player. Alright, he tries to do anything. The Ryzeal player chains to pop Fountain. Sorry. Detonator chains effect to pop Fountain. They chain to bring out Hugin. They chain again to pop Fountain. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are
I think
making
it's
mad minus in this place.
Next up, we have Tearlaments.
For me, it's copium. This format, so many shifters going around.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a deck for side events.
Yeah, same.
Really? Okay.
I think the 60 card variant is copium because I don't like the left arm offering stuff. I think that the 40 card version is also copium because you don't play the good engines. So you need to play like a 50 card list with Fiendsmith and Azamina, or only Fiendsmith and with the Horus, and then your mills are trash. Yeah, for me it's not possible to perform with it.
But isn't it a bit more threatening than extremely nerfed Tenpai at least?
Yeah, I need to tell you, when I'm going to an event and I'm facing Tenpai at the moment, I would still have more fear from the Tenpai player than from the tier player.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Variance is big.
Yeah.
You can get completely variance. You can get 10 mills and 10 shreds you, but the Tenpai going second, if he draws the right stuff, for example, 3 board breakers or 2 hand traps, 1 board breaker, Hydra and Fields, well, it's also GG.
Yeah. Yubel got hit, but it got unhit as well.
It got more consistency.
I think it's like here maybe.
No. I think it's 1.5. But I'm still debating where exactly to put it.
I would put it at the bottom of 2.
At the bottom of 2?
Really?
Yeah, because
the
the phantom hits are actually huge. Because
I think
you're losing extenders.
I think some people underestimate how much Phantom to 1 actually does. It still got a consistency, like you said, Alex. But I honestly think Rescue has a more solid plan into the new meta. And I think, therefore, I would put Yubel here. It's... I don't know,
I mean, we know that Yubel is losing to most of the hand traps like Peruria, Moncharmi, Purge, Droll, which is a really big factor. And I mean,
it's losing against the breakers that are good against Ryzeal as well, right?
Yeah.
So,
Eclipse, for example, yes.
Yeah, also you need to remember, it used to be a deck that could just put 2 Phantoms up to play against like Nib plus Veiler. So the fact that it comboed with 2 Yubel bodies on field like doesn't exist anymore at all. It lost the body and it lost the potential to play against more than just 1 hand trap. Still, Phantom is an amazing card and it's still at 1, but...
Yeah, but to recycle it, it's a pain because you need to recycle it with Rage.
Yeah.
And that's cutting up your follow-up. So
yeah, it's a bit dumb because like you need... You lost extenders and now you need to use your extender to get your other extender back if you think about it, like... I would put it like here. I
mean, it's a weaker Memento for me. Because Memento has exactly similar lines, because Memento can also bridge with the Fiendsmith into engine. For me, it's a weaker Memento, but okay, bottom of tier 1.5 could work for me as well. So yeah.
I truly believe it's bottom of 1.5, but we have to see what argumented. Why, or what do you mean?
Yeah.
Why it's 1.5?
Yeah.
Because it got its consistency back. It can play like the other decks, ton of hand traps, and what is, in my opinion, the most important thing, Why I would put it in 1.5 is that it's playing really good into hand traps. Except, let's say, Droll. But it depends also from the hand, so I don't know. For that reason, I would put it in 1.5. Obviously, Shifter is a killer, but Shifter is a killer for most of the decks here in this list, except the ones from tier 1. So, I mean, I would put it at the bottom of 1.5.
We can agree to that if you want.
Yeah, we could put
Thank
it
you very much.
below Lab. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sky Striker is okay-ish.
It's a nice rogue for me.
For me too.
Rogue.
It's not really for the side events, but it's a nice rogue.
I think it's around here maybe.
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
So it still has the issue that going first it does nothing, and going second it needs to OTK. But I truly believe breakers are not have gotten a buff because of the decks that are in tier 1. And that's why I think it could be an interesting deck. And even
to be fair, you lost the chance to face a Tenpai player that sends you first, so that's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
I think it's probably the best deck going second. Maybe if you maybe Fiendsmith will send you first sometimes.
Fiendsmith Cash.
Yeah, the decks that can you. Yeah.
Maybe that.
OTK will send you first. That's 100% sure. But I mean, if I'm looking at the decks,
Sky, every deck could send you first, because what are you making Widow Anchor pass?
Yeah, true. But guys, if I'm looking at the decks that we put into tier 2, I mean, I wouldn't put Sky Striker in there to that list.
But
if I'm being honest.
But also Rogue. I mean, Cash Wall Sky Striker for me.
Yeah.
For me, it's true. Yeah. You have no hand traps. You're only playing breakers. That means you have a nice matchup maybe against Maliss. No,
against
Ryzeal, and a bad matchup against Maliss. That's the first thing. So the best deck or the second best deck completely shreds you.
Yeah, let's also not forget that Shifter also does somewhat hurt, because you can Kagari.
Shifter is so bad for the deck.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would put it.
3 spells.
Yeah,
that's true.
3 spells, no more. Yeah.
I would either put it at the bottom of Rogue or in the side events. I don't know. What do you guys say?
We can put it at the bottom of Rogue, I think.
Yeah, okay,
right.
Should we put it before Tenpai or after?
No, I think it's legit better than Tenpai. But
Really? I don't know.
It's going second deck at the moment.
maybe you could Sky Striker, the Tenpai, yeah, you can mix up.
So when you normal a Tenpai, the Sky Striker plays are finished.
yeah, you use everything beforehand.
The goo.
Yeah.
The goo.
Okay, so this is our list. I think it's a solid list. It's
satisfying as well.
It's satisfying if we put every deck has its tier. Every tier has their 5 decks except the tier 2. They deserve 6.
Yeah, the middle row.
Yeah, middle class. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out our other deck profiles. They are maybe a bit old by now, but we'll upload some newer ones for this format as well. Bye!
Maybe after this weekend, some spice.
Yeah, some Ryzeal Maliss spice.
Or some Exodia spies.
Ooh, for the new format.
Let's go.
Let's go. Bye!
Okay,
Everybody, peace it out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace!